Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we've got a treat for everybody here today. Fresh off the press 36 minutes ago, something absolutely insane. A Cosmos ZR skit that's 16 minutes long. Brother's out here typically uploading stuff that's like 3 or 4, but apparently he's got, for every single game, he's got his own little skit ready to go, and I guess a bit of a breakdown of it. We got HSR, ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, and of course, Genshin Impact. Why don't we give it a listen? Because we've actively played all 4 of those games.
Welcome to the Genshin Impact restaurant. What would you like to buy? Yeah, I'll just take a Teyvat salad, please. Alright, this look like you.
I mean, I don't like that he made it with his hands, but it don't look that bad. It's not like brown and shit. It looks like it was recently purchased. It could be in like a different state of decomposition.
You literally chop the lettuce and put it in a plate, but how much is it? Yeah, that'll be $250. $250? Why is it that much? Yeah, so this was $20. This was $15. This was about $13.50. Yeah, this one is kind of small, so it was about $9.50, $9.75. This was about, $10. Yeah, and then your water, yeah, this shit was $21. Yeah, so $250. Bro, y'all overcharged. We got this.
I love how bro's just throwing that shit on the table. Literally, that's $100 that he just threw on the table right there. Come on, you gotta have some respect for your product, bucko.
Really luxurious sauce. It's only available for 3 weeks, by the way. Really luxurious. Yeah, this also be about $250 also. Bro, for some sauce plus tax and shipping and handling. Bro, I'm not. Fuck out of here. Yo, where are you going? Yo, if you use the door, that's also $10.
Imagine going to a free buffet restaurant that's supposed to have free food, but in order to enjoy the food, you have to pay an extensive amount of money. That's exactly what it feels like playing Genshin Impact. Many gacha games are pretty ridiculous with how they monetize their game, but the system at its core is built to be extremely predatory. That being said, Genshin Impact, being the biggest gacha game because of COVID, abuses its predatory system the most.
Let's hear how.
The fact that it's an open world gacha game means that they can charge you for enjoying moving around the world. The fact that it's supposed to have endgame content means that they can charge you in order to clear the content. It's basically like to say, hey, you can breathe over here. We have free air over here. But if you want clean air, you gotta pay for it, by the way.
The common theme across Hoyoverse games is that it starts off solid. Then it gets to a point where to have any enjoyment at all of anything besides just playing casually and playing the story, you will have to start paying money. It is just a devolution that occurs in all of the Hoyo games. I'm betting, right, that ZZZ is going to have an upcoming character that comes out and does your quests for you. They're going to have a character that comes out and, like, will handle all of, like, the blue quests in the overworld that that nobody is doing. And they'll passively start doing them in the background. And then they'll have a patch where there's 7,000 blue quests. The company seems to have this really big fetish for putting in things that take you like 10 hours to do. It's not fun. You pull the newest unit and then that time gets cut in half or it gets cut in like a fourth. The normal gameplay loop involves you buying that new character that streamlines it, because otherwise it's one of the worst experiences possible. And that's just what it seems like in all of the games now.
It only confuses me because it's the most successful gacha game out there. And with that being the case, they don't need to be this predatory. Obviously, a company will do whatever they need to do to make money and be profitable, but I'm not saying that they need to give everything for free, because
I don't think that's what anybody's saying. And the thing is, people remember a time in Genshin Impact's history when you were pulling the character for the character, right? You were pulling the character because you liked them. You weren't pulling the character because they were 30 times stronger than the most recent one that released. I think that probably the best time in Genshin's like balance and character release was actually in close to the end of Sumeru, where you had, I think there were like 6 or 7 characters in the game that were considered top tier DPSs. Yeah, I think it was like Alhaitham, you had like Hu Tao, you had, I think like Child was up there. You had a bunch of different units, right? And they all had roughly equivalent levels of damage, but you just used different teammates, different builds, different things to reach that point. And now it's like, hey, Mavuika Skirk, Hey, don't got him? Go fuck yourself.
Would it be sustainable? But when it comes with the expense of the respect of your player base, that's when it gets disgusting. And that's literally what's happening. Like, you can easily tell from all the comparisons of movement from the main character and the 4-star characters compared to the 5-star
I wonder when Shan Yun is gonna complete.
The characters. Like, this shit is ridiculous and it's normalized. And just take the endgame content that came out recently as an example. They were offering you free weapon skins if you were able to complete the content, but it was virtually impossible to clear the content if you hadn't spent any money.
It's actually not possible to get the skins unless you have C6 units. Like, you literally need to have units that you spent thousands of dollars on or saved like multiple years for to be able to claim those weapon skins. It's literally not possible. They have actually put in like real pay-to-win content in the game.
And on top of that, the skins weren't even permanent. You had to complete it again if you wanted to keep them.
I'm always of like a mixed opinion on the skins being temporary. I kind of like that the skins are temporary, because it's like it's almost like a second slap in the face for your biggest payers. If the skins were temporary and everyone could complete the content, that would be the best way to approach it. But instead, only whales can do it, and it's temporary. It's like the devs decided to get the worst of both worlds. Like, actually the worst of both worlds when it came to implementing the system.
It's like they said, okay, this salad actually doesn't cost any money, but it's fucking disgusting. And if you want it to taste tolerable, you better spend $200 for this stretching bowl. If you want it to taste good, spend $200. And sure, you can get the currency in the game.
That's just Natland as a whole. If you don't pay money, Natland's not fun. It's like going to a theme park. It's like going to Disneyland. It's like going to Disney World, but you don't have any tickets to get on any of the rides. And the only way to get on the rides is to like work a shift there for like 8 hours, and then you get to go on the ride for 30 seconds.
And get the characters with the currency. But based on how difficult, because your characters aren't good enough and uninspired the content is, it feels like a job and a chore. Like, would you really...
Guys, released 45 minutes ago. Literally could not be pre-watched. And he just said what I just said.
You want to be at a restaurant, go back into the kitchen and do dishes to make your food taste tolerable. I'm not trying to do a job to make my food taste good. And that's just something I can't get behind.
Okay.
All right, now we got the better game. Let's hear it.
Feeling a little luxurious. Okay. Welcome to the Wuthering Waves restaurant. How may we serve you today? For today, we have slow-cooked ground turkey served with rice and garden vegetables straight from our garden, as well as a glass of red wine. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take that. That sounds delicious. Of course, coming right up.
He's gonna give him like a free dessert. It's gonna be looking like the Last Supper up in here.
While you wait, please enjoy your complimentary water.
The food don't look bad, but that rice, you put too much water in that shit. I'ma be real with you, brother. Let me just take a look at this rice for a second. Bro, that thing has got more moisture than Lorelei.
You made that? As I would like to ask, is there anything that is not up to your liking? I mean, I got a jacket on, so it's a little hot in here. I didn't even finish my... How'd you know? Thank you, and that will only be $29.99. If anything is not up to your liking, please just fill out our survey and we will fix that expeditiously. Yeah, I'm definitely coming back. Definitely coming back.
That's the kind of hospitality I feel like people should want. Wuthering Waves is almost a perfect example of you get what you get, but will help you get what you need. First of all, they essentially give you on average more pulls than a game like Genshin Impact does, so saving feels a lot more tolerable. Not
a lot more pulls, plus lower pity. And I think this is the #1 thing that a lot of people don't realize. You know that, like, on these pull trackers and stuff like that, you see, like, all the numbers and stuff. Like, you see over here, I get, like, these 83, 100 pulls. It doesn't take me that long to get these in Wuthering Waves. I can play this game so little because of how fast, like, the rewarding content is to complete.
a game like Genshin.
In Genshin Impact, to get all 57 pulls, 60 pulls, 70 pulls that are in a patch, brother, you gotta play that game for like 20 hours. 20, 30, 40 hours in the update. Probably like 20, right? 20 hours in the update, doing some mundane, boring ass, dialogue locked, dog shit, time wasting activity. At some point, the rewards are like so low for each individual event, you actually feel like you are working. You are at a job to be able to actually get all these free asterite or free primo gems. And the situation ends up becoming, I'd rather just pay money to get the premium resource and get pulls that way than sit down and spend 4 hours on a game mode I don't even like, because the design of them is literally that bad.
Impact does, so saving feels a lot more tolerable. Not only that, but the work you have to do to get the currency in the game doesn't always feel like a pain in the ass.
How'd I know? How do I know that the things that are gonna be said are gonna be said?
The TCG event was a perfect example of that. It doesn't feel like something you're doing just for the currency. It more so feels like the event is actually the main course and it's fun to do, and the currency happens to be a bonus.
They need to expand this game mode. They need to, like, right now, low key, I think they need to hire or like create like a secondary team that's just focused on expanding this game mode. I'm not even joking. Add PvP, rebalance it, add new cards, add new units with special effects. The replayability of this bad boy is so insane, it's unbelievable. Yes, you gotta remove the one-turn kills. Yes, you gotta remove the, oh, I'm gonna start playing solitaire for 10 minutes and then go dunk on a guy in one turn. But the foundation here and like the baseline and like the special effects, the keywords, it's all very well designed in a way where even people that don't like card games, and even people, right, that are kind of like the most like normie of like action players, like this shit. I don't know very many people that just didn't like this game mode at all. I legitimately don't. Maybe I'm just looking in like selective places, but it was really well done.
Now I say almost, because this isn't always the case. They've had some hot garbage events in the past, in my opinion. Like that Dreaming Deep event, point blank, whoever was in charge of that event needs to be fired. Like, I don't care what you say.
Hey. It's pretty okay now. It's pretty okay. You can get it done. You can get a run done in like 10 minutes. All right, you can get a run done in like 12 minutes. Brother, I got a run done in 16 minutes with no upgrades. None of them. And half of the upgrades in the game are like doubling and tripling your base stats. Like once somebody's upgrade tree is like fully good to go, which you get in like 2 or 3 runs, brother, I'm pretty sure you get it down to like 10. God forbid you have a 10-minute game mode. What are you? Like, you're not fucking Bill Gates, okay, motherfucker? Your time's not worth that much. You're out here complaining about a 15-minute duration game mode. Like, what? Yeah, you're not Bezos, bro.
Hey, take that motherfucker off the team. He was doing y'all a disservice. They also, for some reason, figured out, hey, we don't need this 50-50 pity system that Genshin Impact normalized just for the weapon banner. But they still have a 50-50 system on the limited character banner, obviously because that's the banner that everybody actually cares about. But despite things like that, it really does feel like it's the gacha game that gives you that AAA gaming experience that you're looking for.
I think 50-50s on a character banner are okay. I genuinely do. And there's a good reason for why I think 50-50s are okay. So my take on 50-50s is that A, you need to have some way of acquiring standard units where if a game theoretically had no 50-50, then in most situations, you would never actually get standard units. And it's especially important in WoWa for one reason. Because WoWa has a selectable weapon banner. And so, the end result is most people never actually pull on the standard character banner in this game. I think I have it pulled up. Yeah, nobody ever pulls on the standard character banner in this game. All they do is they pull on the weapon banner, and they get their standard characters from Lost 50-50s. Imagine a situation where every other banner in WoWa stays the exact same, and there's no 50-50. When would you ever get standard characters? When would you ever get standard characters then, if there's a selectable weapon banner and no 50-50? I'm just wondering. I don't think anyone's thought that far yet. And this is the other situation, right? When it comes to the 50-50. Games that don't have a 50-50, typically, it's usually the same amount of fuckery that happens in a gacha game. 50-50 is one way that you channel the fuckery to the player, right? If you take out the 50-50, the fuckery comes in somewhere else. And that fuckery usually is less pulls, less resources. If there's no 50-50, maybe the pity's higher, or you don't get as many pulls. And the situation with Wuwa is, you have a 50-50, but you got a selectable weapon banner. And you have more pulls. And you got no 50-50, you got a guarantee on the weapon banner. And so it's kind of like, the way that the system works together as a whole, I think feels a lot more complete, and it just makes more sense than other games. While when you're in a situation like with Genshin Impact, or Honkai Star Rail, or ZZZ, losing, right? Getting, like, weapons on one aggregated standard banner feels like shit sometimes. Or getting characters when you wanted a weapon feels like shit sometimes. In ZZZ, HSR, and Genshin, think about how hard it is to get a standard weapon in those games. You have to actively go on like a 1 out of 12 chance on the standard banner, or you have to lose the 75-25 on the weapon banner. There are some players that will never actually pull a standard weapon in any of the Hoyo games because they just don't get lucky enough on the standard banner, and they never pull on a light coner weapon. And you can just never get the standard weapons. There are some people that don't have Genshin's Skyward Harp. There are some people with 17 Amos bows, which is the same as not even having a weapon in the first place. And that's kind of the issue, is a lot of people don't see past the whole 50-50 thing. You got to look at the entire monetization, the entire banner system, to get the full picture.
With real fleshed out combat, not a spoon-fed story, and events that are truly enjoyable at times. And you don't have to work a 9 to 5 to enjoy things like exploration or to complete content. It feels like it's complimentary, as it should be. Which, by the way, I didn't even mention before, but the endgame content is supposed to reward you with currency, but in Genshin Impact, in order to finish the endgame content, you have to spend money to get the money. It doesn't make any sense to me. But for Wuthering Waves, it really feels like they do actually listen to you. Their surveys really do feel like...
What am I doing here, brother? What am I doing here? Is this why this video kind of sounds like just my thoughts on repeat?
They are taken into consideration, and it does feel like when the community mentions there is something wrong with the game, they put immediate attention on fixing it.
How long am I gonna be up there?
The entire game really does feel like they're giving you a gourmet meal experience with complimentary wine to enjoy the meal that was given to you. And that's just the kind of game that I would want to play.
It's a game very many people want to play. I've had this impression of Wuthering Waves. I've had this thought about Wuthering Waves since very close to its release. I think it really kicked off into like overdrive for me, starting in like version 1.1, 1.3, around that time frame. When I could feel that the game was really starting to get really good. And I gotta say, the feeling has not like gone away. It's actually only amplified more with each update. Every single one. I honestly think that after version 1.2, these guys have been cooking, burning the kitchen in a good way. That's probably the wrong terminology to use. It has just gotten better and better every 42 days, to the point where I sort of don't even have expectations anymore. When it comes to Kuro and updates to this game, I just assume that Wuthering Waves is going to pop off. Because they've even managed to take a small patch and make it actually one of the most, like, enriching ones in the history of the game. They managed to take a patch with no combat events, right? No combat events. Kind of like, you know, a bit of like, you know, everyone thought it was going to be a filler and a dud. And it's actually one of the most viral patches that the game has ever had. There's almost no point in having expectations at this point because I don't even know where they're going to go. And now we got this game. Yeah. Well, let's just say I don't have those same shared feelings when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero. Boy, oh boy. It's been a long time since I've seen someone else make Zenless Zone Zero content, boys. It's been a long time since I've seen a creator who doesn't main the game or isn't paid by Hoyoverse make content about ZZZ. This might be the first time in like several months. Let's see what the section looks like.
All right. You know what? Just to start, I'll just take a green apple.
Green apples? Coming right up.
Wait, what's the reasoning for this? What's the context behind this one, brother?
That's not green. I said a green apple, not green grape.
Oh, my bad. You said green, so I thought, you know, green grapes, green. I'm sorry.
Don't even worry about it. Let me just. I know y'all do dumplings. Can I just get some dumplings?
Oh, yeah, of course. Don't worry. I got you.
He bought those from Trader Joe's. And why are they frozen?
Wait, bro, is this dumpling frozen? What?
Oh, what is the cook doing? He's getting fired, I promise.
Is this gonna be about the game's fucking quarterly relaunch? Is this about how the game relaunches every 100 days? Is this about how ZZZ cannot cook?
He's gonna get fired. Don't leave the game, please. He's gonna get fired. We're gonna make this right. We're gonna make this right.
ZZZ, thank you for staying with us.
Let's just get a water. This is making me exhausted.
Oh, water? Don't worry. We won't mess this up. Don't worry. I got you.
Oh no.
You can't mess up water.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. Is that a piece of ginger? Is that a piece of ginger?
Bro, what the fuck is this?
I'm so sorry. Please, I'm so sorry. Here, take this complimentary yogurt on us,
Bro,
please.
Yogurt is. You really think that low, bro?
Please, no! They keep leaving!
I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, part of it is I got something in my eye, and part of it is I'm also crying out of laughter because it's just nothing seems to work, bro, when it comes to this game. Part of it is like a morbid fascination, right? ZZZ kind of reminds me of I'm watching a car crash in slow motion. I get to see the replay, and like the ZZZ devs are like driving, they're like looking at their phone, and then like I get to see them like move their hand, they hit a rock, and then their car starts like flipping over. You see all the devs inside like screaming in slow motion, right? And you're just like sitting there watching it, and it's just taken like an entire year from that car, for that car to like get down from the stunt trick it's doing in the air. Because it's like, these guys, you know exactly what they're doing wrong. You know exactly what the problems are. It's just, they don't seem to. They don't seem to know. And the community of the game is like inside the car as well. And they have no idea why it's not doing well either. It's very simple. HP inflation. Bad story. Terrible new gameplay mechanics. And some of the most unentertaining, some of the most boring, and some of the actually most sleep-inducing gameplay loops that exist on the planet. That is why ZZZ is not doing well. And the thing is that it's extremely easy to see. There's a reason why nobody streams the game. It's because nobody wants to play the game. You only want to watch games that you enjoy or have had fun playing or have good memories of playing. Would you watch a game? Would you want to watch somebody else play a game that you yourself didn't enjoy? The answer is no. I ask every CC that I engage with about ZZZ. Nobody wants to play it. Nobody. I asked Brand Online, Braxophone, Captain Cabernet. I asked all these people on a call yesterday about ZZZ, and they were like, none of them said they even played it. They touched it a little bit during launch, and then disappeared the fuck out of here. There's a reason why I am currently, and I don't even want to toot my own horn, I legitimately think I am the biggest CC right now who covers ZZZ at least once a month. Maybe I'm tripping. I might be the biggest one. Maybe Pokey counts, but I heard he's quitting the game. Bob's YouTube is like malformed. It doesn't count. Like whatever his YouTube is like we don't talk about that. It's like the redheaded stepchild of his social media tree. Yeah, we just don't talk about that one. Fob is a Twitch only CC, effectively. Yeah, so it's just every CC covering this game is new. And like started content creation in like the past, like since the game released. And nobody with an established audience touches the game.
To be honest,
how is that bad? Because the only people that cover ZZZ on their own free will is me. Everyone else is getting paid to cover the game. You don't think it's bad for the content creation community for a game to only be made up of people that are getting paid to cover it? I don't think leakers are paid. Okay, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that, because that's literally, unless you consider a leaker to be a content creator, this statement makes no sense. And if you do consider a leaker to be a content creator, you're genuinely retarded, and I should just permanently ban you. This is why I also call the community stupid as well. Because you're out here at the point saying that leakers are content creators. Because no commentary, they just uploaded a clip that somebody else reposted on X, and you're calling that content creation. No, they talk about the kit and give their insight. Who's doing that? Give me a name. Jay Stern, the guy that has a ZZZ contract? You fucking retard. These people are covering the game early because they get early access because they're in the CC program. Says leakers aren't paid, then talks about content that was made because they get early access from the partner program. Why do you think CCs don't want to interact with this community? Because the people there are legitimately so dumb, it's unbelievable. They're so stupid. They lack basic critical thinking skills. They lack the ability to do even like a surface level analysis of what they're even trying to talk about. All they do is regurgitate the talking points of other people because they're unable to formulate a single coherent thought in their own head. And unfortunately, this is the situation that comes out from it. You end up with baffling, brain dead, mindless, nearly unbelievable takes like this on a daily basis. Imagine being exposed to this. ZZZCCs should get hazard pay because they're literally lowering their IQ with every video they have to tailor to this brain-dead audience.
I have no idea what's going on with Zenless Zone Zero. And I'm pretty sure Hoyoverse has no idea either. The game has had a good foundation with the combat and the style and the music, but then in the beginning, they messed it up with the TV system that they made, making the story basically unplayable.
Hey, but there'll be some people telling you that combat is the reason why people quit ZZZ back in the day. Yeah, so like some mooses on amphetamines. Yeah, they'll tell you that combat is the reason why people quit ZZZ. Not the fact that you would spend 5% of your time in combat and 95% of your time in this. Yeah, that's what some mooses will tell you. That's because they literally don't play the game. But they'll make free-to-play reviews on the game, though. They'll make free-to-play reviews on this game without playing it. Hey, that's the power of amphetamine, bro.
Then they happen to take out the TVs, and it's like, that's great. Then they add one of the most broken characters to ever appear in a Gacha game, and it's like, if you weren't saving to get her, don't spend money to get her, or start playing the game after her banner. Like, why would you even want to play the game?
Don't worry, Cosmo. They nerfed her. I actually got validation for why my Miyabi clear was so bad, because they gave a stealth nerf to anomaly units in the Shiyu defense. Not listed anywhere. Your anomaly buildup is literally slower with no indication of it. And so anomaly units without Yuzuha have their rate lowered by 20%. And then Yuzuha has built-in buffs that go ahead and improve your anomaly buildup rate. Yeah. So don't worry. If you don't pull Miyabi, you'll just have to pull the next Void Hunter because they will just stealth nerf her behind the scenes and all other anomaly units in the process as well. Just for her.
She's that broken. As soon as you try out Miyabi, like in the story or something, you put down your controller and you basically stop playing the game because you're like, why would I keep playing the game when she's this broken and insane? I just want her. I want to play the game with her. Then they add events like the Fall Guys event that happened. That was extremely fun to play. It was amazing. But they don't make it a permanent mode to keep people playing the game after they're done with the content. And
I think the reason why they didn't make the Fall Guys event permanent was because people were playing Fall Guys more than the actual game. That's my take. They took it out because people were playing Fall Guys more than ZZZ. And they're probably like, damn, we kind of cannibalizing our own product over here. Nobody actually wants to play our fucking game. They just want to play our version of Fall Guys. We're using the allure of... I don't even know what the resource is called in ZZZ. Like fucking... What is it even called? Fucking polychromes? Fucking chromosomes? They're using the allure of those to keep people playing.
it's just like, what are they doing? Then you had the disaster of what 2.0 was with all those mechanics that got introduced, and I don't want to even get into that.
That's a take that all CCs on the outside looking in have on Miasma. You'll realize that the only people defending Miasma are those that are either partnered with Hoyoverse, or they want to be partnered with Hoyoverse. And everybody that doesn't care about being partnered with Hoyoverse doesn't play this game or make content on it. What do you think the fastest way to getting a Hoyo contract is? Probably out here defending every single part about the game, even when it's legitimately dog shit. And why is it that every person actively talking about how miasma isn't an issue falls into a bucket? And you want to know what? There are a couple of ZZZCCs, right? There are a couple of them that aren't actually partnered. I think one of them is, I think I know that K-Day isn't partnered. Bro just doesn't even talk about miasma. Bro hasn't actually talked about it a single time. He just hasn't made a video talking about it, and you want to know why? I have a thought that he probably thinks it's not that great, but he probably just doesn't want to say it because he knows how fucking insanely toxic positive this community actually is. And if he does say it, what do you think is going to happen? Even if you're not partnered, the partner ecosystem and all these shilled CCs lying about what's in the game, it's creating an environment where any critique at all, completely justified critique, is going to backfire on you terribly. And the thing is, I don't care, right? I'll call out what's wrong and dog shit in ZZZ with no issue at all. No problems. Full front, I'll let it blast because I'm not tied to the beck and call of a community like ZZZ or the advisory of Hoyoverse. And even with my fucking sponsors, I make sure to tell them I want to be able to express my honest thoughts in my reviews, in my videos. I want to be able to do that. Otherwise, this partnership might be a little bit difficult. And I don't think any of these CCs have any breathing room at all with Daddy DeWay.
It's like they always have something good going for them. Then they drop the ball because they don't want to commit to it, don't know what to commit to, and don't know what they really want their identity to be. The only identity they really have is basically being a Gooner bait game with all the big titty characters that they're releasing in the game and their jiggle physics, which honestly, people are starting to complain about that too, which makes literally no sense. Like, what did you expect from a gacha game full of anime women? Please.
They can go a little bit overboard sometimes, like with certain units that are looking like children.
Tell me, what did you actually expect? The combat looks sick until you play the game and realize when you have the good characters, all you really have to do is mash one button and press the switch button when the enemy flashes. The UI is still confusing after a whole year.
He's not wrong about those. If you do pull the newest units in ZZZ, the endgame is an absolute fucking joke. You don't have to try. You try using your older units, or you try using units that have gotten stealth nerfed, like Miyabi, well, you're gonna have a rough time. So, yeah, you have to play what the developer wants you to play, otherwise, you get fucked in the ass.
And people just say, oh, you're not playing the game enough to get used to it. Just play it more, stop being a tourist, and get used to it, bro. You tourist, you fucking tourist, stop being a tourist, you fucking tourist. Like, no, it's just confusing because it's confusing. And they try to monetize characters that just come out with...
I hate this. I don't know how this is excused at all. What are you doing releasing skins with the new unit? Some people were telling me that they don't understand or they think I'm unreasonable for calling this predatory. Brother, nobody has the unit. Why would you make a skin for a new unit unless you're just absolutely trying to nickel and dime as much as you possibly can? You're supposed to release the skins for older units as well. But ZZZ has no skins in the game that are purchasable unless they're for the new unit. The latest one was like an Ellen one, right? Sure, fair. But they've literally had patches where it's just the new characters. That's it. You gotta do both at the same time if you're gonna be doing something like this.
Skins, this game feels more like a testing ground rather than an actual experience. And it really just feels like they need to get their shit together. I still really think Zenless Zone Zero can be a fantastic game.
And I have the same exact thought. And you wanna know why I progressively just been getting less and less happy with this? Because the foundation is there, but you're watching this developer team at Hoyoverse drive it into the fucking ground with every update. You guys have no idea how optimistic I was for this. I was playing this game every day on stream in version 1.7. In the lead up to 2.0, I was playing this game almost every fucking day on stream. 2.0 dropped. Down, down, down on the fucking merry-go-round, brother. My playtime went off a fucking cliff because of how dog shit that update was and how absolutely disappointing every single thing, like every conceivable thing about that update was a complete disappointment. I thought these guys was cooking. I thought we were gonna get some great shit. Instead, I got an exploration mode where I press R and F. I even call it. I know the exact moments in the 2.1 story. I was like, oh, chat, I bet you I'm about to press R and F right now. And then and then like for the next puzzle, I was like, chat, I'm about to press R and F 2 times. And I predicted it perfectly. Parts of ZZZs, like 2.0, 2.1, it was actually made for disabled toddlers. The level of comprehension, the dumbing down of the dialogue, the predictability of pretty much everything that occurs, it literally feels like it's rated G for the general audience and for gooners.
But they really just need to lock in and figure out what they want to do with the game. Because if you don't know what you want to do with the game, the players aren't really going to know what the game is supposed to be about and why they want to play the game.
The story has lost any sense of like fucking, like any semblance of like containment. Like the scope is so absurd. Your latest main quest in ZZZ is you teaming up with 3 high schoolers to go like eliminate the CEO of a manufacturing plant. You just got done teaming up with like ZZZ's equivalent of the FBI, military, police, like teaming up with like 7 different people to go like murk the mayor. I got some of the finer details wrong. But the scope was like this for version 1.4. And then now you're like doing like street level crime. What happened? It's like they changed writers. They retconned everything. The storyboarding is completely out of whack. And these devs are just over here trying to pick up the pieces while keeping the development cycle going. Brother, I think 2.2 for ZZZ needs to be the update where they're just like, this entire thing is filler. We're gonna fix the story. We're trying to fix everything. They need a Woo-Wah 1.2. That's what these devs need. A fucking Woo-Wah 1.2. Just say sorry, give out like 2 free units, have no story development, and then just admit to the audience, we're taking these 42 days to just fix the game. It's so much wasted potential. It's so disappointing.
Welcome to Honkai Star Rail home.
I already know this one's gonna be bad. Of the
Trailblazers. Can I take your order? Yeah, can I get a pasta or something? Y'all got pasta? Oh, you want pasta? You don't want pasta. I know exactly what you want. Okay, as long as you bring pasta, that's cool.
It's gonna be like some Chef Boyardee. Out of the can.
Bro, I asked for a pasta. Why'd you bring me a sandwich?
No, but that's definitely what you wanted.
Bro, no, I don't want a sandwich. I want pasta. Why are you giving me something that I'm not asking for? I don't want to eat this.
Well, I mean, he's eating it. This shit good, man.
Oh, Mr. Poke?
This shit mad good.
That's the kind of person you think I am. Like, for...
Alright, fine. You'll be back.
I think Cosmo had a huge opportunity here. I feel like Hakoru should have been wearing something that said like greedy and stupid. Something along those lines.
I think I am. Like, for...
Alright, fine. You'll be back.
Bro, why'd that motherfucker be smacking his lips in the back? He's like, he fucking eating like that, man. Stop it.
Yeah, they really think we're that stupid. Okay, this is one that I really feel like I should not have to explain, but for some reason, it's like the exact opposite of Zenless Zone Zero. It feels like Hoyoverse doesn't even want to try to find out what their player base wants, thinks they know what they actually already want, and just decides to serve them whatever the fuck they want and whatever the fuck they think they're gonna eat.
I get that viewpoint, and I think the fake collab by itself is just a definitive fucking situation over here. I don't know how somebody play tested that quest and was like, yeah, this is good. The fact that that quest released makes me have so little faith in like the Q&A, like the quality and assurance team over at Hoyoverse, because it's just, this would be like giving a Concord a 10 out of 10.
And most of that shit is fucking disgusting. Like, there have been constant complaints of black screen with white text with the budget that they have, but what do they do with the $1 billion budget? Add even more black screen and white text. What do they do after that, after we keep complaining? Upgrade it, make white screen black text. Like, what's next? Red screen,
It's a cinema.
green text, bro? Are we doing Christmas stuff now? After people are complaining about power creep and every character being power crept, what do they do after that?
Power creep even more!
Make the next character power creep the last character. Like, for some reason, it just feels like they don't listen to their player base and don't care about what they actually want.
Because they know that their number of free-to-play players has dropped significantly, and a majority of the active player base right now actually spends a lot of money on the game. And so they're not even trying to hide. I think they have absolutely no shame at all in instituting the most predatory mechanics possible, because they know that there's nobody left to complain about it. Everyone that would have complained about it has already left. I kind of mean this in like the most non-offensive way possible, right? It's like somebody being like subtly like discriminatory. Like it's like somebody like sabotaging an organization from within, right? And then being like subtly discriminatory towards an entire group, and then once that group just naturally filters themselves out because they're like, okay, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore, right? Like, they keep making fun of people that are left-handed. Fuck this place. All the left-handed people leave, and now now it's like the entire company just openly talks shit about people who are left-handed. That's what it's like with free-to-plays and low spenders in HSR. They simply disrespected all of them enough with things like power creep, HP inflation, character design, blah, 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 all of that, the banner schedule, until they've left, and now they're just openly flaunting pay to win in front of every fucking player's face. And anyone that would have cared is already gone, so who cares?
Then you have the fake collab. One of the most uninspired collabs in gaming history, if I'm being completely honest. With how hyped up the collab was and how excited everybody was, understanding Fate is a huge IP, Hoyoverse having a massive budget and being able to create one of the biggest anime gaming collabs to have ever existed.
The expectations were sky high with this one. The biggest budget that a Fate collab has ever had to work with, and it is the worst Fate collab in the history of Fate collabs. Literally, no collab is better than this one. This is a net negative.
Potentially redefining what it means to have a collab with a huge IP like Fate. Drop the fucking ball. Like, quite literally catastrophically dropped it. They just sit down and they're like, hey, you know what? That Castress shit, people pay for that shit. They're gonna buy anything. How about we just go ahead and just do some hot fucking garbage for this Fate collab? You know what? Yeah, you know what? You're pretty right.
And a lot of people have been headcanoning some theories, right? Some people said, oh, the fake collab was written a year ago, and they just finished it then, never updated it since. That's why it feels a little bit outdated and dog shit, right? If they finished it a year ago, why'd they just leave it in a shit condition and just launch it? There's no excuse on any side of the table when it comes to the situation. Oh, it's bad because they finished it early a year ago and just shipped it now. Why didn't they even look? Why didn't they look to revise it? And then the other situation is, they worked on it for a whole year and it's dog shit. Both of them are bad. It's just like a lazy company doing lazy fucking things with one of the biggest budgets in the space.
They're gonna eat anything. Let's just have Lantern do nothing. Yeah. No, I did not eat that shit up. But guess what? Somebody else did. And that's why they're gonna do that shit again if a collab happens. Because people justify this saying things like, oh, it's better than nothing. Oh, you don't really care about the game. Stop talking shit about the game. Oh, if you were really a fan of the game, you would appreciate the fact that Saber's in a gacha game like this. You have nothing to talk about. Acting like we should be happy with the crumbs that they're dropping after noticing they have this $1 billion budget. Like what are we even talking about here? All I'm saying is, these companies and games really just need to listen to their player base, because their player base are the people that know what they actually want. Yes, there will be the bad weed out there that say, hey, you know what? I want everything for free. I want Zanny for free. Give me Chacona for free. Free. Give me everything for free.
We call those Tohu snipers, the gods of beggars.
Don't listen to them. There's a lot more reasonable people in the community that are like, hey, how about we just get a little bit more rewards, have endgame content like this? Just listen to your player base, do your surveys, listen to the overwhelming majority, because
I think this is the main ask from HSR players that have quit the game. Hey, can you devs make it so that 70% of the roster isn't niche and useless? Can we just do that? Can we just balance the game in a way so that 70% of the roster isn't a piece of dog shit? That'd be pretty cool.
Pretty sure they're more reasonable than you really think. And just listen to your community. Don't just assume what your games want. Don't just assume what your players want. They know what they want. Listen to them, give them what they want, and you'll both profit from it. People that are playing the games will enjoy the game, play it even more. You make the game, we'll see that they're enjoying it, make more revenue, make more stuff in the game.
If only it was that easy.
And the game will continue to grow.
Unfortunately, Hoyo has a really big hard-on for only having positive viewpoints about their game. And they just, for some odd reason, especially in ZZZ, really like censoring any critical discussion about it. I think that they're on the nose for ZZZ because the game's in a bad spot already. And so they just want to limit the amount of negative PR that it's getting. But the end result is that you never actually get to talk about or bring forward the issues in the ZZZ community of what's actually wrong with the game. And when that discussion's never had, there's never anything that gets actually fixed, and the game has just been progressively getting worse and worse as time has gone by. Literally, at the start of the year, ZZZ was better than it is right now. ZZZ, in the middle of version 1.4, was a better game than it currently is right now. And that is just mind-blowing, if we're frankly being honest. That's mind-blowing. That'll be that, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be the Cosmos video. Yeah, we turned this into a bit of a long one, but I thought we had to do, you know, a bit of justice to the boy himself dropping a quarter of an hour video. So why don't we make ours almost an hour? Let me know what you all thought about this one. Great skip by Cosmos. Once again, I'll give it a like. I'll see y'all later. Peace.